Harry had the audacity to say that Emma came into Casa to drag his name through the dirt. I think he's done a good enough job of that on his own. Love Island UK episode 28, and the last time I predicted that all the Casa girls would be coming back to the villa, except Rio. But I was wrong, because Giorgio told Yaz that he didn't feel a spark. And I was very surprised by this, because I felt like he still could have said, look, there's something missing, I don't feel a spark at the moment, do you still want to come back to the villa? Because I don't think he's really that into Billykiss either. I know that he's just a really honest guy, but obviously his blue chances of getting to the end. Not that he would have won anyway, right, but I think it really shows that he was actually in there for the right reasons. Most of us had an idea of what was going to happen, as we knew Shakira was going to pick Ty, but I wonder, had Helena went first, would she have picked Ty? Because she did look absolutely fucking raging when she picked him. But she's still trying to make out like her and Harry have got this amazing connection, and that basically Shakira can just have Ty, like she's got a choice in the matter. Ben came back with Andrada, as we knew he would. Now, we've seen Dijon flirting with her, and it was so annoying because he woke up in the morning and they asked how he was, and he's like, oh, I'm missing my Meg. And then the next thing he's saying to her, oh, we look good together, or why are you looking at me like you want to kiss me, and pure, like, overly flirting with her. He knew for a fact that she was coming back to the villa no matter what, so he didn't need to bring her back. He's going to have his cake and eat it. When she came into the villa and she was asked who she was getting to know, she said Dijon, and obviously Meg was not happy. And I felt as if Meg was really snappy at her and blaming her. She's like, oh, what do you mean getting to know him, like being a pure bitch? And then she was like, oh baby, we're just having chats and stuff. Excuse me, Meg was getting to know somebody as well. This is the thing with Meg, no matter what Dijon does, it's always going to be the woman who gets the blame. She's never going to change. All I can say is, bring on movie night. Connor came back with Emma, Harry's ex, and Helen is not happy about it. Let's be honest, is she ever fucking happy? Yasmin chose Jamie. Giorgio came back on his own, and his previous partner, Billykiss, chose Boris. And I was watching this with my niece last night, and I says, do you know what, there's something about him that's quite nice. I don't know, like, what it is, but there's just something. And she says, oh, he's got a really nice nose. Actually, he's got really kind eyes. Actually, he's got quite a nice face. Actually, he's just nice. I was like, alright, so he's just all nice then. Literally. Tony chose Cash, and this really fucking pisses me off, because even my niece said, why is she being nasty to Harrison? She's met somebody else as well. And I was like, exactly. To be fair, he was fucking about in the villa before he left, so that put doubts in her mind. But you can just use that as an excuse, can't you? Oh, he did it in front of me, so he's got to do it there. She was still getting to know somebody. She still said she made a better connection with Cash. But then when he walked in with somebody, she was fucking raging. If he'd have walked in on his own, would it have been a different story? Or would she still have been like, oh well, you did it in front of me, so I just didn't trust you? Like, you can't win either way. Harrison came back with Lauren, and apparently a lot of Love Island fans think that she's a plant by the producers, because some reality shows do screen tests, or you know how like when they do the games and that, they have people come in and test it out, and then they do like screen runs to see how it's going to look or whatever. I don't know if that's what she did originally, but apparently the producers liked her and brought her back, and people are saying, oh, she's a plant, she's doing what the producers tell her. But things like that happen on TV and reality TV all the time. That's why you always see the same extras on shows, because they work with people and then they end up wanting to work with them again. It's really not that weird or suspicious. Some people are also speculating that the producers brought in Emma, Harry's ex, to stir things up. Aye, it's reality TV, they want to stir shit up. That's how it works. Helena chose to stick with Harry, and let's face it, it's only because Shakira chose Ty. But when he walked in, everybody was shocked. Helena was shocked. I think even he was shocked. But the thing is, when he was talking about his ex saying, oh, she came in to drag my name through the dirt, he's acted like a fucking skis bag bastard. He's just a snaky wee cunt, and the fact that he can't even see that is shocking. And when Emma says, oh, I came in to show that the way he is in here is the way he is outside, they've already had conversations about them going out for years and him bringing other women into the house. And he's sitting there obviously thinking that that's not a big deal. Oh, honestly, fuck man, I can't stand him. What really baffles me is that Shakira and Helena like Harry for some reason. They think he's funny. they find him attractive. We've all got different taste and that's fine. But Rio, I assume, had watched the show and she's seen how he was acting in there. And she still spoke to him. She's also spoke to Emma, and I'm sure they've spoke when they're getting their makeup and that done. Oh, you went out with Harry, what was he like? And she said, oh, he cheated on me, he brought women back to the house, blah, blah, blah. And she still was interested in him. I don't get it. Finally, Emily stood up, and can somebody tell me why so many people don't like her? I don't get it. She's obviously thinking, oh, Tommy's a really loyal, lovely, honest guy, and I'm sure he is all these things. But they weren't closed off, and they weren't even that close, to be honest. They hadn't been seeing each other for that long. But you can see why she thought that he was going to be loyal in Casa. And when she was standing up saying all these nice things about him, the boys and the Casa girls were all looking like pure. And Connor was down to laugh, right? But when I'm nervous, I laugh at the most inappropriate times. But I think when she was standing there saying all that stuff, the rest of them must have been looking around like, oh fuck, he's coming back with somebody. And then when he walked in, like, I felt really bad for her, but at the same time, the relationship didn't really have a chance to go anywhere by that point, so I don't think she's going to be that gutted by it, to be honest. It looks like tonight Emily and Giorgio is going to be exiled from the island. Not really a great loss, in my opinion. I'm really just looking forward to movie night because, as we know, Meg is going to be pulling people for chats to find out what's been happening, and she's not going to be happy about it, and the woman's going to get the blame over Dijon, as always. Realistically though, we already know what's going to happen. She's going to see Clipsy and flirting with the girl. She's going to blame her. She's going to go off her head at him and say, you can't be trusted, I'm not your Meg, blah blah blah. And then she's going to forgive him. As always. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Let me know what you thought of last night's episode. Were you surprised by any of the recouplings? And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!